everybody, FutureInventions here with a review of the brand new iPad 2. So this is only about 3 weeks old, and let's get on with the review. First off, let me tell you what sections there will be, and yes, I have a reminder on my hand. So I will have these in sections. There will be annotations with the times and links down below. So first we're going to cover hardware, everything outside of the device, the cameras, the buttons, all of that. Then we're going to cover the screen, then new apps to the iPad 2, the camera, the new processor, the speed, and what it means for gaming. And lastly, we will cover accessories, and I have tons of notes here. So let's take a look at the body of the device. It looks really nice. It's incredibly thin, incredibly light, and it's just amazing. They made it more powerful and thinner and still kept the same price. So, if we take a look at the back, where we'll start off, first of all, we have the 720p camera. This is the rear-facing camera. No flash, unfortunately, at all. Also on the back we have the Apple logo, and it's reflective. Then we have iPad and whatever size hard drive you have. Also we have the grill for the speakers, and that's pretty much it for the back. Onto the front, up here we have the ambient light sensor as well as the camera. This is VGA. It is 640 by 480. And the rear-facing one is 720 by 1280. So also here on the front we have the bezel. This will come in white or black, and that's the only difference between the white or black versions is the color of this, as well as the home button. And obviously we have the screen here and the home button. So it looks really cool. Now let's take a look at the top here. Up top here we have the 3.5mm jack, then we have the microphone, and then we have the sleep awake button. Onto this side we have the rotation lock switch or the mute switch, whichever one you want. You can configure that in the settings. Then we have the volume buttons, and I personally like to use the rotation lock instead, because to put the volume down all the way you just have to hold the bottom button. And just one thing to note before we move on, the buttons here are slightly inaccessible. As you can see, they don't pop out here at all, but I kinda like it better this way. I'm not sure why, but I feel that you can just reach around and press it from the back, and it's a little bit easier for me because this is normally how I would hold it, and I just move my finger over a little bit. And I also feel that the buttons are a little bit bigger or longer, and again they have that nice click. So nothing on the rest of this side. On the bottom, again, we have the speaker grill and the 30-pin dock adapter, and also here I believe you would have your SIM card tray. So really cool. Also, just want to note, this is 3 times thinner than the original iPad. Not sure how much lighter, but I believe that it is 0.34 inches thin, and that's pretty amazing. So that's it for the hardware and everything outside the device. So the screen is really amazing. This is 1024 by 768. Really beautiful display. I know we were all hoping for a Retina display, some better resolution, but unfortunately that didn't happen for us. So I think actually I'm better off with this display in its resolution now, because I think the Retina display would have made it a lot more expensive. Then you would need to make it fatter for all the larger photos and videos, and that would just cause a few problems. So the screen really is beautiful. Beautiful colors. I've seen that it really does compare with the Motorola Zoom. It looks a lot better. Very crisp. Very nice colors. Looks amazing. So let me just show you a problem many have had. Let me go to a relatively dark photo. Whoops. This is actually in my intro. And it's a little bit hard to see here, but if you can see there, actually there's a little bit of backlight bleeding, and mine is pretty bad. So right now I'm just going to shut off the lights to show you. Now with the lights off, it's a little bit easier to see. You can see this bleeding right here. It's pretty bad on mine, but I really don't notice it when I am, using this normally. So I don't care, but a lot of people really will care about this. And if that's a problem for you, you might want to be careful about buying this one. The screen is also oleophobic and very scratch resistant. And right here you can see the colors are pretty crazy. Whoops. So the screen looks amazing. And also let me add that it is a 9.7-inch display and it has 132 ppi. So really awesome multi-touch display, and it looks amazing. Okay guys, so now let's take a look at some of the newer iPad 2 apps just for the iPad 2. So first off, we have FaceTime. Now right now it's kind of late, so I can't FaceTime anyone now, but I will have a demo right here, right now. So, I hope you enjoyed the demo. Now, the next thing is Photo Booth. Photo Booth is really cool. So you can see me right there, and you have a bunch of different effects here, and this is using the front camera right here. So you can see we have 9 effects. Let's go into X-ray. You can see everything in X-ray. You can flip the camera here. Now you're seeing my backdrop and stuff. Yep. And we can flip back over here. I can go back and let's try light tunnel. Really cool effects. And then to snap a picture, we just press right there. There's also stretch, so you can see me. Hi! Then we have mirror. Really simple to, whoa, my finger's over it. Really easy to use. Normal, twirl, thermal camera, kaleidoscope. Whoops, what happened? And then squeeze is last. So Photo Booth is pretty cool. Now for the camera application, this is kind of like Photo Booth without the Photo Booth. So we can take video or stills, and stills will be cropped to the resolution of the iPad. So you can see the camera is kind of okay-ish. It's pretty good. It's okay. You can see it looks pretty crisp, but in bad light it's not too great. But we're going to go over the camera next, so that's for later. You can also switch it again. You can zoom in right here. The zoom looks really horrible, but then if you tap right here, you can see pictures you've taken. Let's hit done up here, and we can take pictures right there, switch it right here to video, and take video just like that. So that was camera. Now there is GarageBand, which is actually for the iPad 1 and iPad 2, so I won't go over that. And for the iPad 2 we have iMovie, so it's pretty cool. You can just make a movie about anything. I'm not going to go in detail, but you can add sound, you can add text, you can add all your videos, and it's really great, really nice interface. We have tons of different themes if we go right here. Let's go back here, and we can slide through them, change the theme. So really awesome. So that's it for the iPad 2 exclusive apps, and now for the camera. So the cameras aren't really that great. They're okay, but they're not that great. So let's go a little bit back to my camera roll, and we can see. So this is some VGA stuff. That's my friend there, and the VGA camera looks okay. They're both kind of, or not kind of, but very grainy in bad lighting. You can see right there that is extremely grainy. This is a picture of my social studies project. Very grainy. Here's my dog in low lighting. Again, very grainy. And Apple even said, okay, that's kind of crazy. Apple even says that it's supposed to be good in low lighting, but it really isn't. And the back camera is not good for taking photos because guess what? It's 0.7 megapixels. That's a fail. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Yep, I'm pretty weird. Okay, here's more of my project. And let's see, this picture, very grainy. That's okay, that's kind of okay. And here's some close-ups. The close-ups are actually pretty good. You could use this just for just casual things, nothing too special. And the video seems to be pretty good. Here's a video of outside, and you can, in the camera application, you can tap to change exposure. You can see I'm trying that in the video. So it's pretty cool. It's okay quality. I mean, I really wouldn't use it for making videos or anything, but it's okay just for normal use. And this is mainly just for FaceTime. I mean, I can't see myself holding an iPad taking pictures like, oh, yeah. No. So that's basically it for the cameras. And now we're almost done with the review. Now let's take a look at gaming. Okay, now we will be talking about the speed and gaming. So first off, the iPad 2 has 2 times the processor speed, and it has a dual-core 1 GHz A5 processor. So that's really awesome, and it has 9 times the graphical capabilities. So let's check out a really amazing game with amazing graphics. This is Real Racing 2. And it really takes full advantage of the iPad 2. So, wait for it to load, and it loads pretty quickly. I can't have the sound on for copyright reasons, so here we go. Let me show you a race, and I'll show you that the cars look amazing. Things can fall off of your car, and the rims are even in 3D, so that's something that you usually don't see on iPad apps, and it looks amazing. Even the road has a little bit of a reflection to it. I'll try to get my back bumper or front bumper off, and the road kind of reflects in the sun like real road. Sorry, I'm going off camera a bit. Whoa. And I'll show you that. So it really looks amazing. Let's change the focus here. That looks a little bit better. And you can see that reflection right there on the road from the sun. So the graphics are amazing. A lot of moving things, a lot of interesting things in the background. Even some windows on some buildings reflect in this game. Tons of detail with the graphics, and I never knew the iPad could handle this. And there are 16 cars on the track. 16. That's gotta need a lot of power. So that's pretty amazing. Let me also show you another app that was extremely laggy on the first iPad. Let me see if I can find it. Coindozer. and it loads relatively quickly. Okay, so you can see it's already running pretty quickly. Now I have more coins. And it's super smooth here. On the iPad, on the first generation iPad, it was extremely laggy to the point where you couldn't even play it. So, huge upgrade. Really cool. Let's go and check out another app. And this was a little bit laggy on the first generation iPad, but when you see this, this is insane. It's called Uber Racer right here. And yeah, and it is so amazing. The frame rate looks like it's real life or something, I don't know. It's crazy smooth. So here we're going into it, Uber Racer. Again, no sound for copyright reasons. And here we go. Let's go to this cup. Start. Here's my car, and you can see it's very smooth here. Incredibly smooth. So it runs great. Whoa, and you can see all the physics are a lot better than they were on the first generation iPad. I mean, I can tell that because when you hit something, instead of it just like disappearing, you can actually see it fly away. So really awesome. It looks amazing. Whoa. So, wow. And the shadows are actually real-time shadows, and stuff comes off your car in this game too. Tons of detail in the graphics and the gameplay, and the iPad 2 can handle it so well that it can do it all while keeping an incredibly smooth frame rate. So, also, let me just take a look at Safari here. Let me go load up to a page. I'm on the Minecraft forum. Let's go to YouTube. In my channel, you can see it loads very quickly. There it goes. There's my channel. And the thing that's different about this is after it's done loading, when you're first scrolling down the web page, you don't get that much checkerboard like you did on the first generation iPad. And see, now it's fully loaded. I'm scrolling really fast and you don't get that checkerboard. So really fast, amazingly fast. Everything loads much faster and it's incredible. So, guys, now let's go over the accessories. You may have already noticed this, but I have the smart cover on, which is really the main accessory for the iPad 2. So, this is, yeah, it's pretty much the most hyped up accessory. It's just a cover, just for your front screen, and you take your iPad, you take your cover. So let's flip it around like this, and then you kind of drag it on, and it goes on magnetically, and you can, I'm dangling my iPad, it's not coming off, and so it's pretty strong right here. Tons of magnets in here. It does leave kind of like a little scratch right here. I don't know if you can, yeah, right there. But it still works really well. And then you just pop it on, and when you cover the iPad, it locks itself automatically, and it stays on there with magnetism, so you know it's not drooping down. And then when I open it back up, it'll turn on. I can also fold it around like this and keep it at the back like that, and I can roll this up so I have a stand. There's a stand, and for typing too. So it works pretty well. I have had some problems where, you know, it's really not that stable. I can push it a little bit, but just a little bit of a pull and it'll drop off your desk. But the iPad is very durable. Let me see where I got the scratch. It actually fell off my desk, but this is the only thing that happened, this little thing there. So it's a really cool accessory. I would recommend it only if, you know, you don't care about the occasional scratch on the back of your device. So the smart cover is really cool. Next, there is a little adapter. It goes in here into the 30-pin dock connector, and it goes to HDMI, and you can also plug in a charging and syncing cable into that, so you can charge it while it outputs HD, and everything you do on the iPad is mirrored, so that's really cool. And so you can play movies in full HD on this, so that's really amazing. And then there's also Apple's iPad 2 dock, and that's pretty much it. So here's what I think about the iPad 2. Should you upgrade from the iPad first generation? Well, it depends on what you want to do with your iPad. If you're into gaming and you like everything to be super fast, you want something really thin and light and easy to hold in one hand, then definitely upgrade. It just might be worth it. I know I've sold my first generation iPad to a place called Newton's Head and got a really good price for it, so I'd recommend checking it out if you would like to sell your old iPad to afford a new one. So it was definitely worth the upgrade for me. I like to do reviews of games, so it's going to be great for me to do reviews, and the quality will be the quality will be better, and I can review newer games for something that is newer. So it's great for me, and I also like to play games, so that's another great reason why I should upgrade. And other than that, there's really nothing much. If you're just an average web browser guy, you really don't want to upgrade. I mean, the cameras aren't even worth it. If it was just the cameras, I would not upgrade because they are pretty bad. The only if the cameras were the only difference, the only reason I might upgrade is if there was some kind of crazy augmented reality stuff, but no. So the upgrade might be worth it for you people, for you guys, but for many, not really. But if you're getting the iPad and you're new to the iPad, you've never had an iPad before, you're not upgrading, definitely get the iPad 2 because it has a lot better performance. Yeah, I think I said that wrong. The performance is a lot better, and it's worth the $100 extra that you might pay for the first generation iPad now. Sorry, I'm kind of messing up. So it's worth it. It's the $100 is definitely worth it if you're new to the iPad. So definitely worth it. And if you really don't need a tablet or you don't need this, you might not want to get it. But I know the emotional appeal of having something so magical and amazing, it really draws people to it. And it's like really something you don't need, but it does make your life a little bit easier, and it's really amazing to have, and it's definitely an amazing experience. So if you're really into it and you have the money to spend on it, definitely do that. I mean, this is better than the competition. I like iOS because it's really nice, and it's a great platform. It's a lot better than Android, in my opinion, because you don't have so many problems. I mean, it's a lot better for the average user. If you're someone that's into tech, you might be a little better at solving some of the problems that Android has with different devices, different versions of Android, different apps that run on different devices. It's complex, so I like iOS because it's very simple and easy to use. So that's basically just it for my review. I love the iPad 2. I'll give it a, what should I give it, 9.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.